Hello, this is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice, and this is the Kerbal Space Program. Where we are now is we are now in a circular orbit around the Sun, approximating, well, in parallel with an orbit around, in parallel-ish to Moho's orbit. And so basically, I'm going to try treating this more. Whoa. I was going to say, I'm going to treat this more like a standard rendezvous. That appears to work. Okay, so encounter and escape are 5 hours away, I think. Possibly more, actually. Moho encounter 52. 52 days, 0 hours. So it looks like, okay, so. Yeah. Wow, so that's. Rather odd encounter, but never mind. But so that's 52 days, 1 hour, and 53 days. So I would have a while. So even if I have to do a really long burn, that would be fine. Oh, I've lost it already. Nerds. Do that again, looks like. Go. I want to get it reasonably close. Also reasonably equatorial. Which is it. There you go. Easing in. I think that may have to do. I mean, part of the problem is that we may end up with the problem that is occurring with the New Horizons, I think, that's heading to Pluto at the minute, and it's got an issue that it is in fact having to it's having a real problem. It can't go into orbit around Pluto because it's going to be going so fast, but I don't think that's going to be an actual issue with this setup here. So, alright. So, we've got there, and we've got there, and that's between the two of them. I should have an orbit. Now, it's quite a ways out orbit. But that should count. That should work for what I want. So we're going to add a new alarm. That's 2 days from now. Right. So given that I've decided that I'm not going to go to Elu, I've turned. Elu would have been about when I did the burn here. I've decided to stay with Moho, the Moho Explorer for just now. Time to nose. Should trust Kerbal alarm clock, I think. I'll set the focus back to Moho Explorer. And Kerbal alarm clock is slowing the time warp down nicely, because that's actually what it does. That's quite good, man. So, okay, delete on close. Alright, so what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to go to... Ooh, am I overheating? Oh, goodness me. Oh, well, that's going to be a problem. Oh, goodness me. You can see, sorry, really just by the angle that I put everything at, that's giving me a radiation flux of 17 watts, 15, 16 watts. But if I go to about here, then I'm losing temperature. Wow. That is not an issue I thought I'd come up with. So unfortunately, because I actually made this thing before we had radiators, so I don't know what I can do about it. Oh, and I should have done about several seconds ago while I was playing about with that. That's going to be a 5-minute burn time. So I'll come back in about 5 minutes. Right, so I have now finished that. Oh, loud music. I have now finished that burn. I'm going to move the alarm clock underneath my picture there for reasons that will become clear in a moment. I'm just going to move myself to my next burn. I'm going to again find, using the rotation keys, just try and cool ourselves down. Look at all those temperature indicators, that's a bad thing. I wish I'd thought of that when I was constructing this craft. I had no idea this kind of thing could happen. Right, so we're going to add a new alarm, which is going to be in 27 days, and it's going to have half the burn, 8 minutes. It's not too bad. But you will notice that the Jool Explorer is in fact going to come up next. So let's go for it. I have no idea what state the Jool Explorer is going to be when I get to it. I don't know if it's got enough power out as far as it is. So jump to ship and we're still moving out. Jump to ship. Probably should have set that to delete on close. That's fine. It also said restore maneuver node, and I possibly should have clicked that one because delete on close. Close one. All right. So we're not getting too hot out here. I can see that much. Now, what are we doing? We're about to do a maneuver. How long is that going to be? It's going to be a 2-minute burn. That's in about 30 seconds. So let's move ourselves so that we are in fact pulling the right way. And then we're going to find the very, very faint sun. And we're going to basically, again, just using the rotation controls so that we'll face and get as much sunlight as possible, because actually out this far it can be a bit of a problem. Time to node burn, so I'm very close to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There we get a satisfying whoosh of kind of rocket. You just kind of get, you know, look, this bit's gone blue. How exciting! I have to say, I mean, I'm complaining about it like a 2-minute burn here, but in theory it could be worse. In that, what actually happens with how ion engines are actually used is they actually they can burn for a year, right? You set them going, they might burn for a whole year. The idea being that their maximum speed is actually very high, because your maximum speed is determined by how quickly you throw stuff out the back of your rocket. And my understanding is ion engines chuck stuff out the back of their whatever. I don't know if it's exactly a rocket, but they chuck it out very, very fast indeed. But it just got such low mass that the acceleration is really low. The thrust to weight ratio is very low. Therefore, the acceleration is very low. And that means that actually, if you want to get somewhere, it's not a bad idea to send up an ion-based craft, fairly small ion engine, and just have it burn for a year, and you'll get quite a lot of speed out of it at the other end. But the game itself does not allow for that, because I can't, while this is accelerating, I can't switch to another ship. And I can't time accelerate, and there's various other things. So when I had that 25-minute burn, I just had to leave it for 25 minutes. And in fact, the next maneuver after that, which I didn't show you at all, was 30-odd minutes of burn. And you know, I just went off and I made myself some lunch, and I had the lunch, and I read an interesting article that I found on Reddit about 2 sets of identical twins that each had one baby swapped. So they were raised as fraternal twins, but they're each 2 sets of identical twins, all kinds of stuff. And I read some Legend of the Five Rings fiction and stuff like that. So it's like, it's very relaxing. But it would be nice if I was able to, within the game, and I understand why it would be a problem, why it would be difficult. It would be quite nice to be able to say, okay, and now I'm going to set up a burn that's going to go for a year, and I'm just going to switch to another craft while that happens, or you know, just let that go, and then, you know, Kerbal alarm clock will wake up and say, "Oi, you're doing another thing with the craft that's been burning its ion engine for a year." Alright, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Right. It's going to be a while. It's going to be like another, quite a while in before the actual encounter happens. It's going to be a year away. But that's that correction burn done. So I'm getting a closer orbit than I was otherwise going to get. So isn't that exciting? So let's pop that up. Jump to ship. So we're now going back to the Moho Explorer. I was quite pleased I was able to usefully talk my way through all that. Balls. Well, I don't seem to be hugely overheating, but I can't actually turn myself away from. I suppose I can, because I'll have a minute at the other end to. Wait, why are you thinking? Why are you thinking I've got a node burn in 8 minutes? I don't have a node. I don't have anything doing in 8 minutes. What are you doing? What node do you think I've got ahead of me? As far as I'm concerned, the only node I've got is the encounter. I'm going to add an SOI change to that. Is that the previous node? I don't know. I don't understand what node it thinks I'm. Oh, wait a minute. I've been looking at the wrong thing. I'm an idiot. Oh, well, never mind. You knew that anyway. It's not like you should be. Time to node 1 day, though. I don't know that I've got a node coming up in a day. Somebody is very confused. The reason I'm waiting for I want to start looking at the encounter note, the SOI change. Is I can do a whole bunch of science while that's going on, and hopefully. Basically I don't want to be doing that while I'm trying to actually pilot the craft, because it takes up such a lot. I don't have very much battery, and I can't do both at the same time. Okay, SOI change data on climb. I'm just going to zoom ahead a little bit because I don't feel like waiting here for. There we go. So I'm just going to wait for the SOI to be happy with itself. Alright, so I've got 2 hours in which to do this bit. Alright, cool. So we are going to do an atmosphere pressure scan. So that's going to give me 42 science. And I'm going to keep an eye on the electric charge. I should be alright. No, that was actually quite quick. So gravity scan, just going to send that as well. And that seems to have done that. Okay, cool. Transmit data. So that's gotten me some science. What about? Yeah, 131 sides. Not actually enough to do anything with, it must be said, but. Oh, right. Coolie beans. Right, now, that and that now seem to be agreeing with each other, despite they seem to be off by days, but maybe I was misreading something, I'm not sure. I'm just going to assume that I've been talking long enough, and we're going to do the Moho actual exploration next time. So thanks very much for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit Nearly Enough Dice at nearlyenoughdice.com. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. And finally, until next time, reach for the stars.